we're gonna get on the business side of things.
Okay.
Get a little business.
Let me put my business hat
Business,
on.
right? Let's get right with the business. The importance of having more than one connect slash manufacturer. As far as any type of business,
Oh
right?
man, yeah.
Like me coming into clothing, learning things. Shout out to my mentor Shannon. Uh, I didn't know it's a lot I had to learn. I didn't know like manufacturers. I didn't know anything about having supplies and who to buy from and the numbers and all of that. But once me getting into that, I've learned uh, building relationships with people is key.
Absolutely.
Because even like you can be successful, you still and you might have to come back to them. You know what I mean? So how important is it to have more than one?
Oh man, so extremely important.
Yeah.
So let me just kind of break that down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what you're doing, what profession you're in, whether it's professional or even personal. I think building those relationships is critical. Just as a people, just in life in general.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I say that is because I'm a big believer that the people that have come into my life have not been by accident. Sometimes you may be getting something from them. Sometimes they may be getting something from you. And so I try to make sure that I nurture, those relationships. But it could just be having a conversation. I could just be having a conversation with you.
Right.
And I could have been thinking about something. And then our conversation will spark something in me that, just makes me want to go after this idea that I thought about because I'm seeing something in you or just because of something you said. Right? I mean, if we hadn't had that conversation, I may not be pursuing this thing that I was already thinking about, right?
Exactly.
So I think the key is to not go into it thinking, what am I going to get out of this?
Right.
But just nurturing people and just building relationships because if you need something or if they need something, we can't do it by ourselves, right?
Exactly.
We are not created to do things by ourselves.
Yeah. And I feel like with even like pop-up shop events, anywhere I'm at, I try to build connections with people.
Absolutely.
So it's like, okay, we remember this young guy. He, good energy. We'll definitely work with him. Whatever he needs, we'll do it. So that's why it's like, and I started locally with different manufacturers, some in Stafford here and there. So that way it's like, okay, if I ever need a big order,
absolutely,
for kid T-shirts, big order, anything like that, I can make one call.
Absolutely,
and it's done.
Absolutely. And then when you are nurturing those relationships, right? Then maybe when you do make that phone call, the person doesn't feel like, oh, well, they just want something from me.
Right.
That's the only reason they reached out to me is because they need something. Right. That's the only time I hear from them.
Definitely try to build some type, even if it's like just something simple.
Keep it in touch.
You know what I mean?
Hey, I
how
just
you
want
doing?
to see how you were doing.
Exactly.
I hadn't talked to you in a while.
Yeah.
Okay, well, just checking on you, make sure everything good. Just knowing that you care and that you're not. People don't want to feel like that they're being used.
Oh, definitely.
So whether it's professional or just in personal, I think it is extremely critical to us, just as people, to just have those connections and have those networks.
Exactly. Definitely some just good characteristic skills.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because even though you're doing business, you can still have those skills. It's like, okay, this is a good person. We can talk. They checking up on me because people are human. Even though you might need, but people are human.
And you've probably heard it said before that people want to do business with people that they know.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to just, like I say, build those relationships
exactly.
because you just never know what they may lead to.
Definitely. And that's why shout out to my mentor. He tell me all the good connects. Like, okay, go here. These are good people. My big thing is just, do you do business good?
Right.
And then I'll base your character off that.
Yeah.
Once we meet.
And you observe. You don't have to necessarily go into it thinking that I'm going to do business with this person.
Yeah.
But as we continue to nurture that relationship, I may be seeing things in you that makes me think, okay, this is somebody that has a great, mindset, or they may even serve as a resource. Maybe they have contacts that could help me.
Help you, right.
And they're willing to share them with me because we, kind of established that rapport and we built that relationship and we have that connection.
Yeah. So all across the board, guys, just remember, good character, have a good attitude when you're doing business. Definitely have more than one, even if it's online. Like I have online and local connects.
Yeah.
As far
Talk
as
to people.
Yeah.
Talk to people.
It's definitely, and it's like, it's key. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You build that over time, and yeah.
One of the things I will say, especially just kind of the way things are right now, we're so dependent on technology, right?
Yes.
We do a lot of texting, but we cannot forget about just the foundation of just having that one-on-one interaction with people in person, picking up the phone sometimes, or just talking to them, and not being so reliant on technology.
Right.
But I think for me, that's what builds that relationship. That's
forever.
What develops that relationship. Not you texting me all the time, but I want to hear your voice.
Right. Like I'll pull up.
I want to see you.
Yeah, pull up on you. How you doing? How's life going for you?
Yeah.
What can we do to build? You
Absolutely.
Know what I mean? So that's I'm big.
And when
that.
you see people regularly, they stay on your mind.
Yeah.
So to your point, when you're thinking about, I need somebody to do this. If you're seeing this young man that you mentioned on a regular basis, he's at the forefront of your mind.
Right.
So he's one of the first people you think
You're gonna
about.
reach out exactly. Like with my mentor, we've helped each other outside of business, outside of things, and he's from Louisiana as well. Shout out to him. But just that helped me realize, okay, we can actually be like close.
Absolutely.
Like this deeper than business.
Right.
So that's always a good thing to have. Good strategy, guys. So always remember, just build relationships. And maintain them. You know what I mean? Maintain them. And for anybody that's a good business gem. For anybody who's in business and like how do I get started? Manufacturers definitely is the best way to go. And then the last but not least topic,